Hey everybody, this is Tambioto with my first third-party Transformers review. And as you can see, I'm proud to present Planet X's PX-01 Genesis, or better known, aka War for Cybertron Omega Supreme. You check out his box. It's in the shape, or it looks like his chest, which is very nice. And we'll open up the panels. And on the inside you can see the big guy himself. And on the inside of the panels you can see him in his robot and his vehicle mode from the front and the back. And if we close that up, see that they snap and held closed by magnets, which is a really nice touch. If we spin them around, you can see some very nice artwork. Turn back around. Let's get this guy open. Alright, here's Genesis out of the box in his vehicle mode. As you can see, he's really big. He barely fits on my table. Here's a view from the side. And then from the front, I don't know if you can see that. And then from the back. And here's his underside. Oops, it's coming apart on me. But now for the transformation. His transformation isn't all that complex. But to start the transformation, all you need to do is pull these off. And when we pull these off, we'll take them and rotate these little bits in. And then they have pegs that you use to peg them together. And then what you do is you take this, pull this apart a little bit, and then there's some peg holes and stuff that you peg this into. Pegs in there. Kind of want to rotate that back. Rotate that back and close these up. And then the next step that you want to do is you want to take his arm and pull this up. And there's a little hook and peg thing that pegs into there that holds it into place. You push that back into his arm, and you can rotate that down, and then bend his arm up, and rotate his shoulder around. Alright, and then we'll turn it this way for the next part. And this is kind of rough because these stick in really well. So you got to pry. You have to pry this apart. Jeez. Like I said, it's really, really tough. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera. Alright, and I'm back. And you want to pull the legs out to the side. Take the feet. Move forward, move these feet out. Rotate it. The knee. Then the foot. Then what you want to do is you want to flip the legs all the way around on these little joints right here, and you fold them down and in and snap them together. Alright, then you can snap them up in there. And then if you look, you'll see this little crotch piece right here. And you take this and you rotate it out and peg it in. And there's two of them. There's one on the top and on the bottom. So you do that. So after you do that, you rotate these, take the legs at the top of the knees, and then rotate them all the way around at the waist. So then the next part that you want to do is we're going to mess with the claw arm. So you take the claw arm, you flip this part forward, and then we'll rotate him over here, and then you're going to rotate him down at this shoulder joint right here, then all the way around. Go ahead and stand this guy up. Right. Next, what you'll need to do is turn to the side. You'll unattach his arm. And then we'll move him this way. And then what you have to do is you have to twist his arms around into position around his waist. Pull this up, peg it into place. You take this up and peg this into place. And then what you want to do is you want to extend his arm. So the things are very tight on this. Okay, so once you extend his arm, then you can turn. First, you want to pull these panels up. Pull these panels up to his forearms, and then turn his arms. Alright, so next what you want to do is open the top right here. Both of them open. And then you want to reach in here and pull out his head. And lock this back down. Push the gun into the hole. And then push this down. And then we'll go to the back. Rotate these thrusters around. And they're going to become the wings, or the track wings kind of thing. And what you're going to do is take this clip and just kind of peg it into that right there, and do the same for the other side. Alright, so then we'll turn him around again. And the next step is to flip this little panel up and lower it down, and you see these two little pegs right there and a peg in right there. So you do that again on the other side, flip up the panel, peg it in, all those three spots. And then next, we'll come over here and we'll undo these panels, open up these panels. Lift up the wing and close the panel back up. And then we'll do it for the other side. Open up the panels. Lift this up until it locks, and then close the panel back up. Alright, once you have that, then you can rotate these around. And there he is, Omega Supreme, fully transformed and in his robot mode. As you can see, this guy is very tall. Let me see if I can aim up a little bit. So you can see the full scale of him. Alright, now there's a few extra things that you can do once you have them in robot mode. The little dots like in the game, you can push these in and kind of rotate them around. And you can rotate out his little turrets. And do that right here too. And then he has two also on his waist. And then he also has a gimmick where you can rotate the cylinder. It locks going this way, and when you rotate it, it'll lock. Oops. And then when you spin it, it spins his fingers. My Planet X Genesis also came with these little light up things, and you press them and they light up. So I'll show you how that works. Make a box, pull them out. So you get 5 of these lights. Basically all you do is there's 5 little points, 2 on his feet, on the outside of his feet, 1 in his hand, right here. And there's 1 in his... Alright, so what you do is you unattach that. You pull this out and it attaches in right here. You just put that right back on. And then the last place is in his chest, and what you want to do is you see this little Autobot insignia. Autobot insignia is out there because of obvious copyright issues, but you want to flip this over, and then you can pop this open, and there's a little chest plate, and it attaches right in there. So basically what you do is you stick those in, and then you twist them, and they stay right in there. And then just put this panel back on, flip around this, and there you go. Chest lights up. And then take it out. You got to open it back up, rotate it again, pull it out. Now for his articulation, starting in the arms, up at his shoulder, he has up and down articulation, and it can ratchet up. It's very, very tough. And then it can ratchet up like that on the inside of his shoulders, and then you can also lift this panel up to get higher range of motion. He has a joint at the elbow, joints at the fingers and fingertips. Then he has, basically doesn't have any head articulation because of the way that the cannon sticks into the back of his neck, I guess. But his legs do move up and down. They can move in and out like that. He has a double hinge for his knee. And then he has a foot articulation. And then he also has articulation on his toes. Alright, well, thanks for checking out my very first review. I hope you had fun and learned something. And until next time, I'll see you. This is Tambiota. Good night.